party.
Yes.
Okay,
And you
we are live.
Well, everyone,
know her also. Suhel
Suhel, I'm going to mute him. I'm going to mute him. This is why people don't
We are all
like
double.
to
Wait,
watch
let
us.
me just listen.
No, the double has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I don't know what she's up to. Hi, Professor. Welcome. Good to have you after a long time. And yeah, so let's go. Let's start. Uh, Professor and Suhel. Suhel, Bihar has been a washout for the Congress. They tried many tricks in the book. The whole vote chori, SIR protest, all of that. Nothing seems to be working for them. What is happening with the grand old party? Suhail has vanished. Okay.
So, is
Professor,
this for
same
me?
question to you. Bihar, nothing worked.
Okay, look, let's face this. Bihar was not so much a Congress game as it was an RJD game. Unfortunately or fortunately, media and the Congress played it up so much that everybody thought that this is basically a Congress show, forgetting that the Congress is actually nothing in Bihar without the RJD. Okay. I'm sorry, there's an echo coming. Now, the thing is the following. This is basically Tejashwi's loss. What you can say is the following, that the Congress contributed absolutely nothing, but in fact detracted from the campaign from by trying to fight in so many seats when they clearly did not have the organizational power. Okay, so to that extent they were a drag on the campaign. But let's face this: this result is a reflection of the 2010 result and 2015 result. Whenever the two major poles, Bihar has three poles, whenever two major poles align, the third pole has to lose. It happened in 2010, it happened in 2015, except that it was Lalu and Nitish versus the BJP. In 2020, it was Lalu, Nitish and BJP, but Chirag Paswan was playing the spoiler. And this time Chirag had joined. Automatically that becomes 45% of the vote, the others are 37. And you look at the figures for 2015, you will find that they are absolutely identical. So it is this hawa or this hype that the Congress created for itself, and God knows so many observers went to Bihar and they said, Prashant Kishore is going to do something, etc. I traveled to Bihar in the between the two polling days. There was absolutely no sign of Jan Suraj, none whatsoever. So I think the people who basically played up Jan Suraj, I think they have something to explain.
Pallavi, what's going on like in the Congress? What's the thought there? I mean, you track the party so closely. This is another loss. Uh, Someone was tweeting that it's the 95th loss, it seems, for Rahul Gandhi. So what's the mood like there?
Unmute.
So there are two groups in. Okay, Suhail. So there are two groups within the Congress party as of now. One group which is with the Rahul Gandhi who think that they've locked it because they feel that the vote chori actually happened and they don't even bother. I mean, Rahul Gandhi did say this to Siddharamaiah and many of the people, I don't care if I'm losing elections. I've made a larger point, and the larger point is that indeed has been a vote chori. That's a very small part of the Congress party. The larger part of the Congress party is not speaking out because for obvious reasons. There are Rajya Sabha elections coming up. They want to be nominated for that.
Suhail, mute yourself when you're not speaking, yeah? It's very
really,
distracting.
Suhail. And
Go
so
ahead.
the larger part of the Congress is the one, Advaita, which doesn't want to speak out for obvious reasons. Some of them want to contest, they want to get a Rajya Sabha seat. So that's one reason why they're keeping quiet. And most of them, because they have no alternative, they have to stay in the Congress party. So they've decided to keep quiet. But that simmering of discontent yet again and again. But nothing changes. Nothing will change. Because this small group, which is with Rahul Gandhi, is the group which is calling the shots. And that is the same group which is going to have a vote chori campaign on the 14th of December in Ramlila Maidan. They are going to give the same reason when they're going to lose in state after state in 2026.
Okay. Suhel, go ahead, please.
Let me tell you four things. Number one, and I say this with great humility and gravitas. Advaita, the Congress is dead. Its operation successful, patient dead. They have no hopes of revival under the present dispensation. I have a lot of regard for Rahul Gandhi. He's a good man. He has his heart. Obviously, everyone has his heart in the right place. He knows Pallavi. Pallavi's been a great advisor to the Congress, but forget all of that. The Congress cannot revive itself under a person who is in denial. See, remember, Advaita, and you know this as a literature. You can disagree with the world, you can agree with the world, but if you're in denial with the world can't help you. My problem with the Congress is that Rahul Gandhi had everything going for himself. Why? A, he belonged to a great family, and I still say it's a great family. I'm not the kind like you who will bitch Nehru out or Indira out or Rajiv Gandhi out.
I
Each made
don't
their own
actually, but go
contributions.
ahead. Hmm.
Now, please allow me to speak. Number two, I think Rahul Gandhi has lost the plot because he's now more activist, less politician. Number three, the Congress needs a leader who's willing to work, not a leader who's willing to oppose. The problem, Advaita, is, which I've said on your channel and your show multiple times, Rahul Gandhi's hatred for Narendra Damodar Das Modi has transferred itself into the hatred for everything that is truly Indian. That is not right. And fuck you, vote chori and this chori and that chori. अरे भाई वोट
Language.
चोरी हो रही है ओके सॉरी तो आप फिर पावर प्राप्ति कर लो इमेजिन वोट चोरी हो रही है आप लोगों ने कभी वोट नहीं चोरी किए आप तो 1947 से लगे हुए हैं they don't know the tricks of course they know the tricks of the book Pallavi Ghosh will teach you a couple Pallavi has been at every election Pallavi Ghosh knows more about stealing an election than Rahul Gandhi does which to my mind is ironic for anything else hire Pallavi she's the star of vote chori so don't blame like a good, like a bad workman. Don't blame your tools when you can't get it right. My advice to Rahul Gandhi is, as Kenny Rogers said, whenever I see trouble, step aside. You must step aside. Give place
Okay.
to new
Okay.
people.
Understood.
Give place.
Hmm.
No, no, 1 minute. Let me finish. Give place to people who are willing to fight the battle. I have a lot of respect for Malika Arjun Kharge. But boss, Kharge is as effective as an air pollution tower in Delhi today. It's there, but it does nothing. So my advice through your channel, which is watched hugely by people, is that Rahul Gandhi should step aside. He should retire. He's 55. I'm 62. I would
वो
have
नहीं
fucking retired if
होगा.
I were his age. Did I ask you? When I need your advice, I'll rattle your cage. Let me finish. My advice, Advaita, would be through your channel, which everyone watches, including Rahul's mother, let him step aside. Let him go out in glory. He has fought many battles and some he has fought for the right reasons. You have to give him credit. पर अब हो गया है. अब क्या बच्चे की जान लोगे? अब तुमसे होगा नहीं. You see, a mother's love for a child cannot be greater than a congressperson's love for her party succeeding. This is the time to walk away. And in our country, we love victims. The day he decides to walk away, people will erect statues of him. Today, no one will erect anything. I mean, in a manner of speaking.
But
So I'm giving you the
but see,
best idea.
he holds
Huh?
no official position. Okay,
He holds
he holds no
leader of
official
opposition.
position.
It's
You
sad that a
can
person of
LOP.
your eminence and your intellect
no
says he holds no
no
position. He's
no
leader of
no no no
opposition,
no no.
and we
Let's
are fucking paying for
leader
it.
of opposition in the parliament, in the parliament,
Suhel,
but
calm
in
down.
the
Calm
Parliament
party,
is
down.
of us.
he's not.
Parliament is made by us, for us, and of us. How can you say that?
Stop,
I never imagined,
stop
Advaita,
screaming.
a person of your
Stop
intellect could
screaming
say
at
this.
your. Oh God! Let me finish my point, Suhel. Just relax. This is not Republic TV. Okay.
Oh,
Relax.
and you're on Republic every day. I'll tell Arnab you said that.
Yes, I'll also tell her.
साला हर शाम को तो रिपब्लिक के पीछे भागती है और आज रिपब्लिक को ही गाली. He's another Rahul Gandhi.
Anyway, Suhel, we're very flattered that you think Sonia Gandhi watches the Sunday Club, although I
Let
highly
me tell
doubt
you,
it.
I have a lot of respect for Mrs. Gandhi. I've always had.
K.C. Venugopal does.
And that respect has there's no reason, rationale, but I've always respected her. She's a very decent, dignified human being. I've always said that. I have no personal angst with Rahul Gandhi, but I think he's doing a great disservice to a political party when he is not in politics. See, Rahul Gandhi is in the business of two things: activism and opposition. In politics, people need hope, they need aspiration, they need inspiration. That's the difference, darling. If you don't
Okay.
understand that, you're not meant for
Okay.
politics. You're
Lovely.
meant to do the
Okay.
Sunday Club, like Advaita
Yes.
Kala.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Okay, I'd love for him to
No,
come on the
don't be
Sunday Club.
condescending. Don't say
No,
lovely in that.
I'd love for him to come to the Sunday Club. That's what I'm saying. What are you so hyper about? Okay, guys, can everyone please retweet the feed because this is going live on Twitter as well?
Arey, we don't give a fuck about retweeting. You're only interested in your
Wait,
followers.
I'm
I
going to
can't
stop.
see.
I'm going to mute him because he's just being obnoxious today. Okay. So please, everybody retweet. Pallavi retweet. Professor retweet. And AIM retweet.
Pallavi has no followers. What will she retweet? My plumber has more followers than Pallavi.
I don't know what happened to Suhel. I think he's just.
Our viewer has already said what he should do.
Which is? What did they say? I can't read.
They said somebody give Suhel his meds. Please.
Who's this chap who said it?
This is Jitu.
Jitu.
With a name like Jitu, he needs resurrection. Forget meds. Who calls himself Jitu? Unless I can't even say dog because I love dogs. Anyway, get on with Jitu. I love you still.
Okay, welcome to Radhika Khera. Thank you for joining
And
us.
Suhel, guys, please behave, yeah. I mean, Suhel, behave. What will Radhika think of you, yeah?
Radhika knows me very well. Radhika doesn't need a certificate of behavior from you. You're a journalist. You're at the bottom. You're at the bottom rung of the freaking social circle.
Shocking.
Oh God.
And let me tell you, Abhijit and Advaita, with all due respect to Pallavi, who I adore, if tomorrow Rahul Gandhi tells Pallavi, Pallavi, actually he'll call her Malika because he won't remember. Malika, come, I'll give you an interview. Pallavi will switch. You know how these journalists are.
What do you mean about switching? Of course, if he gives an interview, I'll take an interview, yeah.
There you are.
What's there switching?
ये तो अपना ईमान बेच देंगे.
Suhel, if he wanted to come on the Sunday Club, you'd say no to him.
Of course.
You'd say no to him.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
No to who? No to who?
Rahul Gandhi.
1 minute. Advaita, you have lower standards. You'll say yes to anyone. Tomorrow, if Pappu Yadav wants to come on your show, you'll welcome him.
If Rahul Gandhi
Advaita,
wanted to come on the show, I would say yes.
Of course you'd say yes because you're a TRP hunter. Of course, you're a TRP hunter. We are bloody paying for your Thar. We are paying for your Scorpio. We are paying for your Dehradun house. We have not been paid. The Pankaj Sengupta and Abhijit Iyer Mitra and Pallavi have not been paid by you. We have done all our shows free.
Okay,
Guys,
that's
I'm
great,
now
please,
making
yeah.
candles and they're made from soybean
Oh, now
wax.
she's marketing her usual shit. Some bloody fraudulent candle she's marketing.
Sandalwood.
I didn't agree to come on a marketing show, okay?
Lovely. If you want to place orders.
Hello,
please,
guys. This is called a glass. I'm at Mama
Okay.
Killa, which is the finest
Okay.
place near the Qutub Minar.
These are fine bohemian
Abhijit,
Yeah,
people.
so
I
we
have to
need
go to
Radhika.
Radhika. Radhika, I have to go to Radhika. So Abhijit, hurry up and say what you have to say so I can move on.
See, first of
Why
all,
do you
I
have to
just
go to
want
Radhika first? First speak to Abhijit Iyer Mitra. He's an
Yes.
intellectual.
That's what he's doing. That's what
This
she's
is
doing.
homophobia. I am being sidelined because I belong to a sexual minority.
Hey, shut up, yaar, Abhijit. Stop playing the victim card again, yaar.
Now, I just wanted to protest the casual way in which Honorable Shri Rahul Gandhi's name was being used on this program, his full title must be used, which is Jananayak Bhagwan Sri Kalki Avatar, Yuva Hriday Samrat, Honorable Shri Rahul Gandhi Ji, leader of the opposition. He is not your nephew or cousin that you can refer to him as anything, okay? Show some respect. Rahul Gandhi is here. You are all here, okay? First. Second, how dare anybody question Rahul Gandhi Ji? He is Bhagwan Shri Kalki Avatar on earth. He knows everything. He is not, you think he is losing elections out of fluke. He knows, he understands the greater
It's
scheme of
planned.
things.
It's all planned.
Everybody says Modi is playing 10D chess, I'm sorry. But Shri Honorable Jananayak, Bhagwan Shri Kalki Avatar, Yuva Hriday Samrat, Shri Rahul Gandhi Ji is playing 20D chess. People don't understand this. He is a Janayodhari Brahman. Please remember that. Okay. And all you people on this program are non-Brahmins having the temerity to comment on the highest strata of Brahmins. It is written in the Manu Shastra that what is Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga is when Brahmins are no longer respected and the other castes are given power. If this is not Kali Yuga, where a Janayodhari Brahman is not made Prime Minister, then what is Kali Yuga?
I agree.
Thank you.
You're
Unmute
mute,
yourself.
Advaita.
Can we listen to Radhika now?
Introduce Radhika. We don't know who Radhika is.
Now he doesn't know me.
Why don't you introduce her,
You just
Suhel,
told
since
us
you've
you
taken
know her
over the
very
show
well.
anyway?
She's very sweet. Why is she on your show?
Suhel, stop smoking, please. That's why we don't get any sponsors.
I need it for medical reasons. Because if I smoke the air from Delhi, I'll get killed. This is at least a filter. I've been given by my doctors have told me please smoke but don't inhale the air. You want to kill me? I will bloody sue you.
Is this like an every Sunday thing?
Yeah, it is like this. It's worse. Suhel, behave, yaar. Suhel, behave. Chup raho.
Oh, the woman who's always in a bloody Maruti van, not having a mobile signal, is telling us to behave. Wah, sala.
Okay, Radhika, welcome to the show. They're overacting because every time they see someone new, they have to overact and act like, oh, we're so much fun. We're so
But introduce Radhika for the
cool,
viewers.
but they're not. What are
I
you
think
doing,
he's wrapped
Suhel?
up.
You're going back and forth. There's some glitch. Okay, Radhika, start. There's another loss. You've been on the other side of the divide, so to speak, when there have been losses like this. One on the outside can't understand, why it keeps happening, why the Congress doesn't have a reboot. What are the conversations after these losses in the party?
Is Radhika from the Congress?
She was in the Congress. When
She
she was in the
was.
Congress, Suhel, since you don't understand English clearly, what she's trying to ask is when you were in the Congress, every time you lost, what was their reaction internally? Okay, Suhel?
What a
Yeah.
day this is, huh? Pallavi Ghosh is teaching me English. वाह
अब मैंने सब
वाह
कुछ देख लिया बाबा
क्या
उठा ले
दिन
मेरे
देखा
को
साला ये तो आज
एक
साला
हरियाणवी
सनसेट पे भी
फोकस
मून आ रहा
एक
है
हरियाणवी फोकस
कमाल
एक
है
बंगाली भद्रोलोक को बोल रही है कि तुम अंग्रेजी नहीं जानती हो वाह वाह उठा ले
You
रे
can
बाबा
place orders on AIM's DM and Sohail's
oh,
DM.
fuck
Thank
your
you.
candles
Oh God.
causing more bloody
Stop that,
pollution
man.
Okay, go ahead, Radhika, please.
So there were never any conversations. The problem is that there are never any conversations after a loss. If and no one is ready to accept any of the reasons, and they all look for reasons कि कैसे राहुल गांधी को बचाना है. There will be conversations on that, and Pallavi's been witness to them. I mean, nobody has the
Yes,
nobody
I'm not going
has
to interrupt. I'm
the
looking
spine
very intense, but
to
I'm
tell Rahul Gandhi that it's
no, no,
because
no.
of you are not serious, and
guys can
say
everybody
anything
mute
to him.
themselves there's some interference happening
Yeah, I think I'm hearing some movement again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem वहाँ पे is this only that nobody wants. Actually, they're very happy in that la la land of being in the opposition. They don't want to come to power, is what I feel at times. Because how is it that you're losing again and again and again, and you don't want to introspect? You just want to blame everyone. And I'm sorry, but he's not a Brahmin. He wears a Janevu over his clothes. And I still remember when that happened. I was a part of that entire drama to prove that he was a Janeyudhari Brahmin. And all they could find when we were searching for photos, all we could find was one picture from which we got from his office only, which I was objecting to again and again because they had to, I still remember, Pallavi, if you remember, they had gone to Somnath Mandir and their national media coordinator Manoj Tyagi signed because and that was also because the Congress people told him to. You cannot sign for Rahul Gandhi unless and until Alankar or I think Baiju tells you to. You can't do that. So they officially signed for him that in that register of non-Hindu. And then I I don't know. It's crazy, but they are not ready to think over anything. They're not ready to change. 8 years, 9 years, the same people running the same show, the same in charges, the same strategy. Everything is the same. You have to change. The only thing that changes is a reason every time. Like, I heard that Rahul's traveling again, so they'll come up with a new reason because vote chori clearly has failed for them. So now there's going to be something else. I'm looking forward to that because it's fun, it's entertainment. In the serious life, वैसी छोटी सी जिंदगी है, and there's so many stress, there's so much stress, so you need drama like Rahul Gandhi's कि कुछ नया लेकर आएगा because this vote chori is clearly over. So he needs something else for the Bengal elections. Now, maybe Pallavi has some insight to what he's getting from this trip.
Yeah, it's baffling because
Pallavi, you patsy.
Suhel, calm down. No, but the point is, but Radhika, like even now, like Siddharamaiah came out with a soundbite to say that Rahul Gandhi was asked that are you worried about Bihar, and he told them that I'm not too worried. He actually tells his own people that haar jeet ke liye to nahi hai. I'm not going to compromise on my principles, and his principle is that there is a vote chori which is happening. Now, the next elections, they're looking forward to. BJP has begun work on Bengal. Bengal, of course, TMC is working on Bengal. DMK is doing it on that. I don't see the Congress party, they spend more time on the social media trolling all of us
Yes.
than being out in the field.
And one more
Okay, I have to say,
during the Bihar elections, I remember just the next day after the rally that he went to and he said all those things about Chhat Puja, the next day, I mean, chalo, I'm just a spokesperson, so I finished my job. I'm not running a party. I'm not the head. I'm not wanting to be the prime minister of the country. During Bihar elections, I banged into him at Bukhara. He had 4 hours to spend during Bihar elections when you're
so
casting.
civilized.
I mean,
So civilized.
why would not be able to eat if I'm in charge of a certain,
Are khana is primary. Can
but
you
you
imagine
should be
going to
probably
Bukhara
sitting
and
in
eating?
Bihar and eating over there. You should
But
be
he
in
was
I
in
must,
Bihar
he was in the
the
same B.
weekend.
B for Bihar, B for Bukhara.
I
And,
must
and they were
strongly
discussing other
object.
things because his table was right next to mine. They were not discussing Bihar.
What were you
He was
doing?
not
What were
doing
you
anything
doing and
related
not
to work.
campaigning for the BJP? Why were you not
I
campaigning for the
finished my
BJP?
4 debates. I finished my 4 debates and went out for a dinner. But he was sitting over there. I remember, I think there was Kanishk and there was one lady. So three of them, they were discussing everything other than Bihar. Because I could obviously overhear. Bukhara's tables are
At
very
least he has
close.
good taste in food. Okay, I
Yeah.
have to leave. I have to take a piss. And God bless all of you.
Bye,
Thank you.
bye, Suhel. We're not going to miss you at all. Bye, Suhel. Nice to see you.
I will miss
Bye.
you. See, I just want to take strong objection to what Miss Radhika Khera said about Jananayak, Bhagwan Sri Kalki Avatar, Honorable Sri Rahul Gandhi ji. See, she doesn't realize that Kalki Avatar can be in many places at the same time. I can personally confirm that he was there in all constituencies of Bihar simultaneously, while also being in Bukhara at the same time.
Okay, can I come in? See, in the coming elections, the Congress is in play in two states. One is in Assam and the other is Kerala. Tamil Nadu and the others, it will be the DMK basically which will do what it has to do. The Congress will just tag along. In Bengal, they don't matter at all. 2024 Lok Sabha elections have shredded everything that the Congress has. So they are not even in play where Behrampur is concerned. Assam is always closely run, but in these closely run battles, I find that the BJP does better. In Assam, you have a very good regional leader, Himanta Biswa Sharma, and then the heft of Modi comes along. So that is tough. Okay. In Kerala, you have so many things going against the left front government. More recently, the Sabarimala issue. Who is taking it up? It is the BJP which is taking it up and not the Congress. That is a problem. I think if they lose in Kerala and they lose in Assam again, something should happen in the Congress. I fear it will not. But if they manage to carry Tamil Nadu, they will all attribute it to Rahul Gandhi. The Tamil Nadu was won because of Rahul Gandhi. You see, that's the way this particular party operates. So I am skeptical about any Atma Manthan going on in the Congress party. Actually.
So I'll tell you an example of what happens with Rahul Gandhi. I was a part of Youth Congress, and that time Rahul Gandhi was the president. And we used to go every month to him with a report card, NSUI Youth Congress. All frontals used to go to him, and at his old house. And I used to be heading the social media for the Youth Congress, so I had a presentation every month on our social media reach. So there would be about 15-20 people in that room, in that meeting. And that man, everyone who's giving a presentation, he'll be like, The only conversation that interested him, I still remember, because that was just after our summer break, and he just started talking about some stream in Italy. And the moment I told him, oh, I've been to that place, there was a conversation of I think for 2.5 hours after that, which revolved around trips and jumping to the stream and how he chilled in Italy by chance. And I still remember Kaushal came into the room, Alankar came into the room, and there were leaders from the Northeast, chief ministers, who were waiting to meet him. And he said, no, we are having a conversation. And they would come and say, I remember Rahul was sitting here, I was sitting right next to him, and everyone was showing me these eyes, ki bas karo, because they want some time with him. He was not interested in the presentation. He just keeps looking like this. That's his permanent expression. And I still remember I came back home and I told my parents, thank God you took us for a vacation to that certain place. I had a 2-hour long conversation with Rahul Gandhi, because that time getting in Youth Congress, getting an hour and a half, 2-hour conversation with Rahul Gandhi sitting next to him was like, oh my God, Rahul Gandhi's focus was on me. That said, I was never taken again for a meeting after that conversation, because then Rahul would not be working. But the fact that he made people wait, chief ministers wait for 2 hours because a conversation on an Italian holiday or a European holiday was more interesting than how you're going to take the Youth Congress or the NSUI or any other party forward, or how you're going to work. You can't make your chief ministers wait. They're running a state. I know.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise us.
Huh?
That doesn't surprise us. After all, we have Himanta Biswa Sharma's account of his dog Himanta Biswa Sharma and the others, which finally led to Himanta.
About this. So there's another very senior Congress leader who left the party before I did. She's the daughter of a former minister during Indira Ji's tenure, and very big leader. And she herself was a very tall leader from Uttar Pradesh, has been a member of parliament. So, and she's a very close friend of my mom. So she's to literally, I'm not going to name her, but she always tells us that, Rahul and Priyanka to maine god mein khilaye hai, literally, because they were born in front of me. And she says, I've been trying, if someone as close as that to the family could not get audience with Rahul Gandhi. And she said, I would go to meet Rahul Gandhi and wo time nahi dete the, baat nahi karte the. So one day, Piddi was running around her, and by chance, she also has, like, so that Dina, I don't have a problem with dogs. I love dogs. I have dogs and cats at home. But when you're going to meet Rahul Gandhi and there's a dog around, you don't know what you have to do. I was so scared. Agar usne kaat liya, to am I supposed to shout, scream, or just sit over there? You can't react if your boss's dog bites you. You can't even say, mujhe kaat liya, you know. What if Rahul gets mad at that? That just shows how now serious you are. You may be an animal lover, but you have to draw the line. You have to love your nation and your party first. It's because of that you have the dog. Otherwise, you would not be able to afford the dog. Anyways, having said that, so she said that I saw the Jack Russell, and I generally told him, oh, I got a meeting after years, and I told him that, oh, I also have a Jack Russell. So she also got a 2-hour audience with him. They discussed Jack Russells, not about Uttar Pradesh, not about her seat, and that is why we are losing Uttar Pradesh. So you can get an audience with him, Pallavi, next time. Talk about Jack Russells or a nice European trip around a cliff where you jump into a stream. So that is what Rahul Gandhi likes.
I think he sounds very conversational, and I like him more now, especially.
Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, Jack Russells and Chihuahuas are the worst breeds to have.
Advaita, you're mute.
No.
They nip.
See, I tell you what happened that day. Abhijit, you're
Jack Russells are high energy.
I went to
They're high energy dogs.
Patel,
They're
and
not
I went to the
nippers,
Congress
no.
headquarters after a very, very long time. Radhika, you know
we
most
were
of
so
them.
Scared. Nobody, every time you would go there, that dog, I mean,
the little guy. He's a little guy.
You can't react. You can't kick him if he bites you. The dog is not going to ask us before biting us, what if he doesn't like us or if we are boring him? And he's always around. That just shows how non-serious you are. You have people coming to see you, and why do you need to have? I mean, you have such a big house. I'm sure that you have people who can.
But that is what Hemant Biswa Sharma also complained about.
थोड़ी तो seriousness होनी चाहिए ना. You're carrying your dog around all the time. मतलब, and I've always wondered while being in Congress कि Rahul Gandhi पूरा दिन करते क्या है? He used to have a badminton court in his house, everything. But, you know, because he's always free. You'll see him driving around, you'll see him going out for food, you'll see him partying. Have you ever seen him actually work properly? 2 days he'll work and he'll be off again. And that is something that is like a question that arises in every Congress's dimag कि वो पूरा दिन करते क्या है? We don't know हमारे नेता क्या करते थे उस समय. But today I know what my leader Narendra Modi ji does, or my leader Amit Shah ji does. I know what JP Nadda ji does. I know they're busy, their schedules are there. We see them on ground, we see them working, and the results are out for us to see. As a BJP worker, I represent the party on debates, but right now I'm just 2 years old in the party. And I feel like I can tell you, I've seen both the systems, both the media departments. Pallavi, please shift your thing and come to BJP. This is so much better.
She is a journalist.
No, I mean, shift the...
so I tell you what, I went to...
because I'll tell you an example. 7 years, I was the national media coordinator. I've worked with Randeep Surjewala. I've worked with Pawan Khera ji. Pallavi, tell me, when did Randeep or Pawan, for that matter, ever sit in that office assigned to them? It was always all of us sitting on his chair and doing their debates, or nobody. They never interact with the journalists. They don't interact with their own spokespersons. I can lay a bet, whether it's an Alok Sharma or a Ragini Nayak or a Shama Mohammed, they would keep asking for time. They would get to meet them for 5 minutes once in a blue moon जब बहुत ही ऐसे दर्दनाक मैसेज भेज दिए शमा ने कि I'm a Muslim, which is why you're not giving me debate.
But Radhika, wasn't there a WhatsApp group?
Call her.
But wasn't there a WhatsApp group where you would be told in the morning
that we can't hear her?
Oh, can you hear me now?
She's on mute.
Of course.
She's saying something.
Advaita is on mute, not Pallavi.
Can you hear me?
Because I can see she's saying something beach mein and I can't hear her. But
Radhika,
can you hear me now?
But, you know, everybody works 24/7. It took me a long time to cope up with the system over here. I didn't understand कि कितना काम करते हैं. No, at 7 years, I had audience with Randeep and Pawan, but the other spokespersons didn't. I had never seen them interact with the spokespersons or with the media. भागते फिरते अरे आप बता ये कर देना, that, which is why there is so much of gossip happening always in the Congress. You have rumors and यहाँ पे आपको कुछ पता नहीं चलता है क्या हो रहा है, क्या होने वाला है. And everybody is working, the communication in charges, whether it is Anil Baluni ji, Sanjay Mehta ji, they are in office every day at 9:30, 10, and they sit there throughout the day. They interact with the spokespersons, they interact with the media. There's no space for gossip or rumors. Everybody is talking. So when I compare both the parties, next 25 years, तो आप भूल जाओ that any other party is going to come to power. It is not happening. Rahul Gandhi
but
2.0,
Radhika,
3.0,
I mean,
5.0, कितनी बार
unless
कर लो.
unless you have a Rahul Mukt Congress.
Even then, you cannot match BJP the way they work. They work 24/7. It was very difficult for me after the 20-year Congress culture to cope up. I've never woken up so early in my life in 22 years to get to office. In Congress, the day used to start easily at 12-1 बजे आए, अपना chill किया, AICC में भी hardly. I don't remember in my 7 years I went to AICC ka office where the media department was as much as I have been here, not being in charge or handling the coordination. All
Can I-
spokespersons have access to everyone. It's a
Can I-
different world. Yeah.
Can I just point out what a cultural difference Rahul is, even from his own mother, or from his father Rajiv Gandhi, or from Indira Gandhi? Indira Gandhi used to sit and wait for hours for trains to come at stations, sitting on the platform on her suitcase. There used to be no special bandobast for her. If you read Dom Moraes's book, Indira Gandhi, she organized, she had sitting on a platform because the train was late. She was eating roti sabzi, but she specially organized chicken for Dom Moraes because she said, Christmas hai, it'll be fun for you. So I thought I'll organize something. It was just one leg of chicken, but it was the best she could manage under the circumstances. She was never afraid of roughing it out. You look at Rajiv Gandhi. My mom. My mom received him when she was collector of Kadlur or Madurai, I forget where. And she used to tell me how he used to start bleeding because itna gora cute sa tha. The women used to pinch him viciously. It wasn't nice. They used to pinch viciously. It was like, "Ugh," and he used to endure it all. He never pushed anybody away. His mother wasn't all, on the ground touchy-feely like Rajiv and Indira ji were, but she was so professional. You ask anybody from the Congress, when meetings were sought, meetings were given, there was an extreme division between personal life and, okay, Radhika has a different, this thing, between
No, go on.
personal life and public life. There was that long table where you'd be taken in, you'd be given your half an hour, it would be very formal, and then jo bhi hota tha. She listened or not, different matter. Not everybody gets listened. With Rahul, there is no separation of private and public life. You do not talk or treat colleagues the way you treat your friends and things. The problem is his sheer sense of, being some kind of medieval European nobility, where everybody is effectively waiting on you. When you go to the Versailles, you're taught about how, nobles had to come and wake up the queen. They had to give her morning tea or whatever it was they drank.
Dance all night while they slept.
Their entire routine of dressing up, they were dressed up by other nobility. Even their morning, ablutions were a ritual to be watched by nobles. He literally lives like Marie Antoinette.
Yes.
He thinks he's Mario and Anton. And it's shocking that you listen to every single person who's come out of the Congress, and people who are still in the Congress who are too scared to speak up because they won't get their Rajya Sabha seat in the next rotation in a few months' time. It is the standard thing. There is not one person, including in his own inner circle, who talks of being treated with dignity in any form or way. in any form of way. But sorry, Radhika, you were saying about that.
No,
I might.
absolutely. You put it absolutely perfectly. And Sonia ji, I don't know. I don't know the time before 2014. But after 2014, when I reached that point in the party that I could ask for time, I never got time, despite the fact that I would write her when she was Congress president, all her statements on someone's death or someone's birth anniversary or something would happen. So we would write it and send it to her. I, you just had to keep asking for time. That is what an average Congress person faces, it's despite being a part of the AICC. It is not easy access to the Gandhi family. There is no easy way out. You have to either be good friends or with Baiju or an Alankar or a Kaushal Vidyarthi, or for that matter, George Saab or whoever used to be. I'm forgetting who's no more. He's no more now. Sonia Ji's assistant.
V. George.
So you had to be in their good books or keep giving them gifts and spending money on them. And you know what I found really appalling? I still remember when Rahul Gandhi resigned and he refused. And there was this entire event in the AICC, sub discussion कर रहे, अलग अलग groups बने थे. Every room had one former chief minister or chief minister sitting and leading the thing about how Rahul Gandhi should come back. I remember we were sitting in one of the offices and the chief minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel ji, came into the room, and he is the chief minister, and his even in age he's much older. So we had, I think it was Alankar or someone who came and he was like, "Aur kya haal hai?" You know how you do with a, there is no ek tamiz hoti hai na, how you behave, ki how can you, whatever said and done, आप जितने भी पढ़े लिखे हो कुछ हो, you are the OSD to Rahul Gandhi. You cannot go doing that and patting the chief minister's back and saying और क्या हाल है और ऐसे करके खड़े हो जाओ, and the chief minister standing like that. The problem in the Congress culture is all chief ministers, all big leaders had to jhuko in front of all these people to get audience with Rahul Gandhi. Am I wrong, Pallavi, on this?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
See, I
Go
tell
ahead.
you what, it's
How come I
not
can't
that
hear her?
you muted me then. See, I tell you one thing. I have covered
I can't
the
hear Pallavi at
Rahul.
all.
Go ahead, dear. Go ahead.
Okay, I can
Go
hear
ahead,
the.
Pallavi. Go ahead.
I have covered the Rahul Congress. I've covered the Sonia Congress, and the point is not that I never ever criticized the Congress even then. In fact, there were lots of people who would criticize the Congress party then, and then they would meet you the next day as if nothing has happened. You know, they would smile and they would joke about it. Now, when I go to a Congress office and I meet with the Congress leaders, you know, I can sense that air of negativity, that intense dislike. What you see on the social media as trolling is just very 1%, 0.1% of it. But the divide is very clear cut. And the divide is of, we don't want to listen to voices which are even going to question us or even criticize us. Because then it's always about whataboutery. Then they'll come down to, okay, does Modi hold a press conference? Can you say this to the BJP? But I don't cover the BJP, right? Can you say this to the PM? So it's always about whataboutery. ऐसा पहले नहीं था. Mrs. Gandhi would, in fact, if she was told by Ahmed Patel or anyone that she's critical, maybe she would give you some time. Maybe she would still smile. Even now, if she sees me in the corridor, and I'm sure she knows what I say about the party, she still stopped. She took a picture with me. You're not going to see a Rahul Gandhi take a picture with me. I mean, you know, like when the Prime Minister reached out to say and, you know, offered his thing for Rajdeep, or recently there's another Congress reporter whose mother died, he sent a condolence letter. What happens after that? You just show a little bit of courtesy that, you know, that we are reaching out to journalists. He doesn't have to do it, you know. If there's been one of the most critical voices against the PM, it has always been Rajdeep, right? But he still did it. I will not see that happening in the present day of Congress. So much so that those in the Congress who actually belong to the old style, they are also now scared to speak out or even, you know, openly meet or say anything because they're scared कि हमारा क्या होगा? Will we be removed? Will we be sidelined? Maybe we'll be denied a ticket. You know, that kind of stuff.
And what
I
is
shudder to
Priyanka
think what's going to
Gandhi's,
happen to Mumtaz Patel.
what is Priyanka Gandhi's role in this entire dynamic? You know, because
No, I
she's the
think
third.
Advaita, she's not very active in that sense, but she's used for campaigns. I don't see her playing such a major role. To be very fair between the two of them, even if Priyanka meets you in the corridor and she knows you've been critical about her or about the party, she'll still at least smile at you. She'll talk to you. I don't see that
But
happening in.
one thing I've noticed is the following. When you look at Twitter, social media, the ones who are the most, who react the most to any criticism of the Congress are the ones who cannot win an election on their own or even on a Congress ticket. They their position depends on proximity to Rahul Gandhi, and anything that hits Rahul Gandhi is something that they must react to. Why? So that Rahul is happy and they are in play. So there is this particular thing. I have a feeling that if Pallavi were to criticize, say, a politician who has a mass base, then I believe that the chances of that particular politician taking offense and actually negative reacting immaturely will be low. That was the Congress of old. This, of course, is an entirely new brand. Undescribable.
I think
You
also.
But one thing I did notice that when Pallavi was talking about Priyanka Gandhi, Radhika was smiling. Why?
Because there are these two groups in the Congress. I'm having fun. You should call me more often for Sunday Club. I give you lots of gossip. Next time I'm coming with popcorn. Anyway, so there are two groups in the Congress. One that is Rahul Gandhi's gang and one is Priyanka Gandhi's gang, and they hate each other. And Rahul Gandhi's gang is very clear. I'm not going to name those people because, and Sohail's not here. He would have vouched for some of those conversations. He's been witness to them. So the Rahul Gandhi's group is very clear कि इसको हमने आगे नहीं बढ़ने देना, and they're very vocal about it over dinners and their Sunday evening clubs and Saturday evening clubs. Very, very vocal. Main people from Rahul's team. So, and I've been seeing that for, I think, at least two years before I left the Congress. So 4-5 years pehle se, especially when she was General Secretary in Uttar Pradesh. There is some issue between both the bhai and the behan. 100%. It is not all as happy and like pulling cheeks and hugging each other how it is. It is not like that. If Rahul Gandhi ke team member have that audacity to say that in public about Rahul Gandhi's sister, I mean, it takes a lot of courage saying that to people who are a part of Congress at that time. कि obviously इधर से बात तो उधर जाएगी ना, कोई अपने पेट पे कितने दिन रख लेगा, आज आ गई ना बाहर, what I was told. So one day it will come out from somewhere or the other, and I'm sure some of the other people who were part of the conversation gave it out also. So there is something, and they openly talk about it. And both the teams don't get along. You have to get along if you're a family. है ही कौन उनकी family में, वो तीन ही तो हैं. There is no fourth or fifth person, anyone left. And then even after going through so many tragedies and the way the party is finishing, you cannot work together. Obviously, the party is not going to. Imagine being a general secretary of the Congress, being the granddaughter of the person jiski wo Congress hai, Congress aaye, and you're without a portfolio. You're just a general secretary now. Rahul Gandhi has lost 95 elections. He lost UP. He finished everything. He finished Youth Congress, NSUIs in charges. Everything he touched, Bhasmasur ki tarah he behaved. He's Rahulasur, I believe. वहां पे भस्मासुर, प्लीज वी आर गोइंग टू चेंज हिम फ्रॉम कालकी अवतार टू राहुलासुर. एनीथिंग ही टचेस भस्म होती है. तो इतनी वो गलतियां कर सकते हैं.
You are not a Brahmin. You can't talk about a Janaudhari Brahmin like this. It is against the Manu Shastra. It is against the divinely ordered structure of our great civilization. If you say this, जो द्वारका के साथ हुआ था, वो फिर से हो जाएगा. अखंड बाढ़ आ जाएगा, भूकंप आ जाएगा. ब्राह्मण को ऐसे बोलना ब्राह्मण हत्या के समान है.
ब्राह्मण हूं, मैं बोल सकती हूँ.
समान है.
ब्राह्मण टू ब्राह्मण मैं बोल सकती हूँ. But what I'm trying to say is that
no, but listen, my question is, Radhika, my question is, if anybody has been this consistently unsuccessful, especially in electoral politics, because net at the end of the day, it's about winning, then how do they get to hold on? What is holding the party together at this point of time? Why are we not seeing a revolt from people or asking for any kind of change? None of that seems to happen. And I almost feel like Rahul Gandhi has been gaslit, and he's managed to gaslight his party as well into thinking that you're actually working really well, but the elections are rigged. So, really, there's nothing one can do. So, I think that's really one of the reasons all these people are so casual about this. They're kind of casual about it. They're convinced that the elections are rigged. And there's nothing that can be done except raise a voice about it.
I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about it. As I understand it from my sources within the Congress, Rahul knows exactly what he's doing. Apparently, his entire uh, uh, mojo is really protecting the assets which were mostly in the Congress's name and will have to be transferred in some form or other to the family, which is, of course, what National Herald was about. So it isn't that he knows that he's losing, it's that he's disinterested because his main focus has always been on the finances of the party.
But
And
the
the
man is
second
nearly
issue,
Abhijit,
60 AIM.
one second, I have
He's
to
Abhijit,
nearly
finish.
60. He'll be
yeah,
60
One
in
sure.
second.
5 years. He's
Can I
got
Okay,
finish?
no
okay,
kids,
let him
not
finish. Let him
married.
finish. Let him finish.
The second issue here is, see, pehle jab wo Yuvraj the, when you know that toilet wala started gave a scholarship to the girl he mentioned in parliament, and there are all kinds of folks trying to get Rajya Sabha seats through whatever, through chapluseeing. Um, what used to happen was there used to be 300 people to meet him every day, and he only used to meet 20 people. Today, there are still 21 people there to meet him, and he's only meeting 20 people. As far as he is concerned, nothing has changed in his life. Right?
Okay, let
So,
me.
on the one
Okay, sure.
hand, he's caught in a bubble. On another, there is the entitlement. But on the third, he is actually very, very, very aware of the assets and their utility.
Okay, Abhijit, let me come in on that. Winning elections does not basically preclude him from claiming those assets or transferring those assets. In fact, it would help him. It would be that much easier. Number one. Number two, it's
No,
not he has not. One second, let me second point. It's not that he has not had his electoral successes. They have come in at regular intervals. So, for example, in 2015, they won Bihar, and he got a massive mileage out of that, although his contribution in that elections was practically nothing. In 2018, three Hindi belt states, BJP lost power. It was 15 years anti incumbency, 5 years in the case of Rajasthan, he got his second wind. So, from time to time, he has had these victories, and as a result of which, his fortunes or his credibility has always been partially been revived. Okay, the long term trend may be going down, but the peaks come in at regular intervals of time to give him some sort of credibility if we choose to give him credibility.
What is the
sorry,
likelihood,
just,
coming back to
just
our
to push
main
back.
topic, what
See,
is the
1 minute,
likelihood?
Advaita, 1 minute just to push back. No, that I'm sorry, Dipankar, you've got it badly wrong here. The financial model of the Congress assets was, at most we will be out of par for 5 years. After that, koi mili jili sarkar mein hum wapas aayenge, in which case all the cases would, if there were any cases, they would all be squelched. They are
Right?
now going to be out of par for 15 years. The assets now are much, much more important, because even Mili Juli Sarkar mein, being able to get ED and CBI and all to look the other way is not happening. The state victories don't matter. Sure, inflow aa raha hai, but the existing assets they're not able to touch.
Okay, coming back to the main point of this discussion, and I want to hear from all of you. What is the likelihood of the Congress party splitting again? Professor, starting with you.
Unlikely. At the end of the day, in every state where the Congress is either in power or is the government in waiting, it's the family thing that still holds. I'm not mute. So it's still there. There is no regional strongman. For example, in Andhra Pradesh, YSR was strong. In Punjab, Amarinder was strong. No state where the Congress is either in power or is the government in waiting is there a leader sufficiently strong enough to stand up to the Gandhis and threaten to break away with the entire organization. Mamuta did it in West Bengal. Okay, it happened in Andhra Pradesh, rather in Andhra Pradesh. But I cannot think of any state currently where the regional strongman can stand up to the Gandhis and say, I'm going to take this unit away from him. So I don't think there's going to be a split in the Congress.
Okay. AIM?
No split, boss. See, all the people who had to leave have left. All the people who are left there are the ones who need they're the these who need the crumbs from the table or the bones from the leftover chicken. So they are the ones who will be, please do not refer to him as Rahul Gandhi. He's Jananayak Kalki Bhagwan Shri
Rahul Sur.
Yuva Hriday Samrat types. Classic example, look at the 14th rally they're doing for Vote Adhikar. Vote Adhikar was trounced so badly. Did you watch Barkha's program? Only 3% of respondents said that they were concerned about vote chori and vote adhikar. 3%. And they have learned nothing from it because the data is all in. All the data is in. Imagine once again what happened in 2019. They lost the Muslim female vote in 2024, the BJP. Again, if you look at the polling figures now in Bihar, Muslim women, there was a big swing of Muslim women to the BJP. Again. Okay, now they're just not learning. There is no self-correction model. There is no introspection model because all the people there, they are just vying for those 9 or 12. Pallavi, I don't know how many seats it is. Those Rajya Sabha seats, and they know the only way they're going to get it. You tell me, what was Kumar Ketkar's contribution to the Congress? उसको राज्यसभा दिया गया. इमरान प्रतापगढ़ी, भाई मैं भी कविता लिखता हूँ, मेरे कविता इतने सोशली रेजोनेंट होते हैं कि वो कोर्ट तक चले गए हैं. किसी ने मेरे सोशली based on my social kavitas, my social commentary poetry, they've sued me for defamation also. And Imran Pratap Gadi, what kind of a poet is he? Based on what? Shairi? And who's that other latest joker who was sent out there? I forget now. But you look at the list of the Rajya Sabha candidates, boss. They are not people. You look at the BJP RS candidates. They are actually very important from the caste angle, mobilization angle, and things like that. They are sent to the Rajya Sabha. Here it is pure personal like or dislike.
Yeah.
Manikam Tagore, I can tell you, being a Tamil, cannot win. He can't win a municipal election by himself.
But what वो लोकसभा से है ना, विरुद्धनगर से.
वो लोकसभा से है. वो
2 बार जीता है.
वो DMK का दिया हुआ भीख है.
Yes.
DMK kurta piche, we call it.
Okay, now as far as split is concerned, I did a show on that also. I don't think a split is possible because if you want to do a split, you also have to have that stature. There was a time, see, you have to understand, the two big splits of the Congress party were done by Indira Gandhi. She carved her real Congress. Uske baad people have left. They formed their own party. Sharad Pawar ne kiya. Then this one, Mamata Banerjee was with Rajiv Gandhi. Then she formed the Trinamool Congress. The Reddys, you don't have that stature because either they've been co-opted or they are too old. They have left the party. So that split nahi hoga. But people will keep on leaving. Aise hoga, they'll be trashed, they will be maligned. I mean, you people keep on using the word Piddi. I remember at one point of time I was called Piddi, now I'm called Godi. So, they'll keep on labeling people. They have so much of energy to be on the social media and engage with journalists. And that's when I responded to this person कि एक आदमी का नाम बता दो of that worker or of in that guard if they recognize you also. And it's a fact. They don't know. That day before, when I went to AICC headquarters to interview Mumtaz Patel, the workers were coming up to me. I know them from the times of A.K. Antony, Ahmed Patel. Some of them asked me for 500 rupees, 100 रुपए दे दो मैम, हमारा खर्चा पानी नहीं चलता, ये नहीं चलता. I feel so sorry for them. I don't care about Congress, BJP. I think it's about democracy. Congress needs to be stronger. They can't.
They ask you for money.
यार क्या कर, उनके काम नहीं है उनके पास यार. Advaita is not a joke, really. Where's the money going to come from? Who looks after the interest? What hota kya tha? I mean, Radhika, you'll know, when there are people coming to meet from outside, तो खर्चा पानी के लिए कोई 10 रुपए दे दिया, 100 रुपए दे दिया, 50 रुपए दे दिया, उनका खर्चा वैसे भी चलता है. Those tips. अब कुछ नहीं होता. Nobody is coming to meet no one. These workers, these leaders are meeting people at their home. There are only a handful of Congress leaders who are still maintained. There are some of them who are very good, who come out, they mingle, they meet people.
Like whom? Like whom? Take names, no?
Digvijay Singh meets his people in Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, Raghugarh, usko mil jate hain. Kamalnath, of course, doesn't. But there are so many. I mean, I can think of, at one level, they have these workers. Randeep, Haryana ke logon se milta hai, Shailja milti hai, Hooda milte hain. अपने अपने बिट्स में मिलते हैं, किसी से तो मिलते हैं ना. सचिन पायलट मिलता है, किसी से तो मिलते हैं ना. राधिका, यहाँ तो ऐसे नेता हैं जो किसी से नहीं मिलते. एक रूम से जाएंगे दूसरे रूम, and the room is usually from Suneri Bagh Lane to 10 Janpat, and that's it. And you'll see them popping up in the next election. And I really feel bad because I very quickly before I come back to you, I was there in Patna the day of the counting, and there were 2-3 people who flew down from Delhi. Within 2 hours, when it was clear that Congress was being wiped out, they went back. And I went to do a tic-tac with one of the Bihar leaders of the Congress. Uske ghar mein, kam se kam 40 se 50 Congress ke Bihar ke workers were sitting. And they were saying, ab hamara kya hoga? Because many of them had mortgaged their land. I don't know why. They had sold off some stuff because they either wanted to contest or they thought that, they actually thought that Mahagathbandhan could win or do well, or there'll be at least an opposition. Who's going to look after them now? Did you see anyone, and I'm saying this every day, is there any one video statement come out from the top Congress leaders or even from Rahul Gandhi telling the workers, doesn't matter, we've lost, I'm still around? You have to do that in your defeat. I mean, Mamata Banerjee went back to Nondigram the next day wondering why are people angry with her. Rahul Gandhi went back to Amethi once after he lost, or twice. Smriti Irani goes back, even now she went back. You have to go back when you lose. जीतने के बाद तो हर कोई जाता है. But they'll do the state after state, they just forget.
Radhika, over to you.
I feel there's going to be a split in Haryana. The Hoodas are going to form their own party eventually. That is bound to happen. Because abhi to Rahul Gandhi has supported them by doing the vote chori narrative. Now, when the other leaders from Haryana start dancing on their head, because everybody is very mad at Rahul Gandhi internally in Haryana, that he's trying to, hide the entire fact that there was infighting in Haryana. And because of all this, eventually Bhupinder Singh Hooda will form his own party. It has to happen. ये हरियाणा की रीत है. वहां पे हो गई वो पार्टी बनाएंगे. Other than that, there will eventually be a split if Priyanka Gandhi does not get what she wants. There will be 2 parties. There will be a Congress Rahul and there will be a Congress Priyanka. 100%. I'm saying this because I've been with, like I told you about the stories. She has her ambitions, and there is a time limit to which a person will, go on आराम से बैठे and आप सारी powers भी ले लो, बना भी दो और फिर भी powers ले लो. That eventually has to happen. If Rahul is losing again and again and again 95 elections, just अगले साल तक 2 और हो जाएंगे. So that is bound to happen. Congress has to split. अब कौन किधर जाएगा वो देखने वाला होगा.
But till the mother is around, Radhika, I think things will be together, no?
I don't think so. Eventually, पावर इज पावर. राजनीति में कोई भाई बहन चाचा चाची कोई नहीं होता. और फिर we
But the
should watch
next
that.
generation, the nephew and niece are also stepping up now, no? Little bit you see them
For
more.
all you know, the Rahul strips. I'm sorry that I'm being like a gossip
But there is
mongo
also
kind of a
Robert
thing.
Vadra. He
The
also
fact that
wants to.
Rahul keeps traveling, कोई तो होगा ना जहाँ जाता है वो. For all you know, some suddenly after 10 years की ये लो, like the Lion King, there'll be someone and then this is Rahul Gandhi's child and there will be fights. I mean, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Why else will someone go इतना ज़्यादा? There has to be a reason why someone runs away so quickly. अभी कोलंबिया और हर जगह होके आए हो, अभी लंदन होके आए, फिर कोलंबिया भाग गए, फिर आप आए, फिर आप मध्य प्रदेश भाग गए, फिर आए, फिर भाग गए. अब 4 दिन हुए नहीं, again you've run away. So there's somebody who is going to, na? Clearly.
Where is he
There
right
has
now?
to. I don't know. He's not here.
Pallavi?
I mean,
Pallavi has chosen to go blank at the right moment. But
anyway, this was great fun. Radhika, do come back. We loved having you.
definitely.
And, AIM, you want to say anything? You want to thank Radhika?
I'm going to quote the great Karl Marx. He used to say, last words are for fools who haven't said enough during their lifetime.
So we're not going to have a Mamdani moment in India, despite everything.
वो तो गया ना. रेड फोर्ट में हुआ था ममदानी मोमेंट, देसी ममदानी.
कौन?
The fellow who blew himself up. हमारा ममदानी तो वो है. Him.
No, but I think Radhika's left us with something interesting that there could, in the future, there could be a Congress Priyanka and a Congress Rahul. I think that's
100%.
something one.
I now know out of experience the Prime Minister does not say anything aise. It eventually always happens.
That's why I picked up this debate topic also, because it's not like him to mention something like that with such confidence. That means obviously, and Shashi Tharoor. Oh, sorry, we didn't discuss Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor is like out. Okay, I'm still in. What's happening there?
I think he's just waiting to be thrown out.
Yeah, probably.
He's just waiting and the Congress is not reacting, and they will eventually. Actually, the Congress doesn't do anything. The problem is that even when I left the Congress, they didn't do anything. मतलब कुछ तो करो, या मुझको शो कॉज भेजो, या सामने वाले को भेजो, या शशि थरूर को भेजो. At least do something. It takes guts to talk like that, still be a part of the party. And I still remember when he was contesting, because we were all a part of the entire thing, someone has so many votes. So I used to get calls from some state president, ki you let Bhupesh Baghel ji know, or let so and so know, Gehlot ji know ki hai. And that time also, Madam Gandhi was making those calls for Kharge ji, that no, your votes, although ki sab fixed hai, but kahin upar niche na ho jaye, she personally spoke to all the state presidents to ensure that the votes went to Kharge ji. And I'm sure, if I was at that time when I was in the Congress, I would have, as a voter, I would have wanted Shashi Tharoor ji to be the president instead of Kharge ji. You need a leader who connects with people. Kab tak pura parivar. I mean, what has Mr. Kharge done after he became president? Son-in-law ko set karo, bete ko set karo. Now the new generation is growing up getting the Jack Russells from Rahul Gandhi. I mean, that is what their entire thing is about. Oh, Rahul Gandhi went and gave a surprise to Khargeji's daughter, another Jack Russell. His obsession with Jack Russells and holidays is not
Jack
getting over.
They're very cute. You think he'll give me one? They're very cute.
You should tweet. He will.
Yeah.
He has this. He's always gifting Jack Russells.
Okay, Professor, anything else from you? And then we'll wrap this up and we shall come back. And I would love to have you back again, Radhika, whenever you
I'd
can.
love to be here. This was good fun.
Advaita, I must admire Radhika. He's such a spokesman. She basically said nothing and basically said everything about Rahul Gandhi. So this is something that we'll have to look out for. We are going to watch this
मैंने
space.
थोड़ा बताया so that you call me again. I
Yes,
need
we
this
will.
entertainment in my boring life.
We want to do more deep dives into the Congress because I mean, there's got to. I feel like just from a point of view of a democracy, they have to be alive. They can't keep wasting away like this.
Yes.
It's just very sad, and it's not good for democracy. Like BJP has a run of the this thing, the whole scene. Like this.
हमारे लिए भी boring हो रहा है. This Bihar election was so boring. From day one, the way Rahul Gandhi was, I mean, there was nothing happening. कुछ सामने वालों के अंदर energy ही नहीं थी. It was so clear from the moment Stalin and all went for that yatra and that SIR thing started. That I mean, there is no उनके अंदर वो भूख ही नहीं है. I mean, you're middle of election, you're having discussions over khana. I've contested an MLA election, which I knew I was losing, by the way. I was forcefully given that seat, Advaita, and I was losing. I knew I would not get more than those 4,000-5,000 votes. But I fought din raat as if I am going to win the election. I did not have time to eat, but Rahul Gandhi and the Yadav family were busy munching and making videos and having discussions. But ये बहुत फर्क पड़ रहा है. You don't win elections like that. हम हारे हुए इलेक्शंस में भी खाना नहीं खाते, उनके भूख ही नहीं खत्म हो रही. Like I said, you're not a serious politician if you're going to Bukhara in the middle of the elections. You're not a serious politician if you have the time to shoot a video, having whatever. How are you even in the same place, Tejasvi and Misa Bharti and Rahul Gandhi? You should be in every corner of Bihar and not be on the same place and fighting, not jumping into the pond looking for fish.
But he was hardly involved in Bihar. He was hardly there. That's the impression I
कब
got.
ये
Like
हाल
he
है?
was
Imagine if he was involved.
Yeah, he was consciously stepping away, which I thought was interesting. And I'd love to know more about Tej Pratap, though. He's my favorite in Bihar. But one doesn't hear enough about him. And AIM?
बिल्कुल.
You should
Tej
get him to
Pratap?
Sunday Club. It'll
Tej
be
Pratap,
fun.
we should invite him. Yes, AIM?
Yes,
AIM
dear.
is very
Tata.
distracted today.
I'm not
Okay.
distracted, my dear.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. We had over 600 people live with us. So do like, share, and subscribe and share this with your friends. And I apologize for the beginning, which was totally chaotic because Suhel was there. But I think we picked it up
That's
after that.
character.
You apologize for the absence also. For 3 months, we weren't there.
Yes.
Be more
And it's
regular.
all,
3 months.
and it's all because this
All
Advaita lady has
nonsense.
been making her own
Nonsense.
candles and her
Yeah,
soap and all of that.
Yeah.
She doesn't have time
I've
for the
started
videos,
soaps
doesn't have
also,
time
so
to make-
I'll be back with my
Yeah.
soaps the next
And
episode.
why is she making soaps? Because she thinks the viewers are smelly, dirty people who need to take a bath.
Yeah, I'm an elitist snob, and I'm so tempted by the Congress after Radhika's explained the work culture to me. It totally works for me, right?
Totally
Hmm.
works for
Yes.
me. I made a
Totally
big
works
mistake.
for
I
us.
should join the Congress.
Because
You'll get
and
good
it'll work
audience
for
with the
Gen Z
soaps and the
also.
candles.
And
Yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Chalo.
Good night.
Bye.
Nice.